Hello everyone, it's Kristy and I'm really excited to be back, and just a little peek there of what I'm going to be talking about today. This is not in real time, as you can see, but the reason being is that today is not about the technique. Today is not about what I'm actually doing here on the page, which is obviously some fun roses, but today is more so a time for me to connect with you about a really important concept along the way of your creative journey. A really important concept for you to hold on to as you journey in creating and making art and whatever it is that you're doing that is creative. So here's the thing, we get caught up so easily in the idea of, okay, I want to try watercolor, I need all the best materials, I need all this stuff, I need to go and buy this, that, and the other thing. And you make this laundry list and you realize, oh my gosh, I have to spend like $300 to be creative. And it even happens to me, and I have like a zillion art supplies that surround me everywhere I go, but I still find this like desire to get something new so I feel inspired and creative. But here's the thing, meet yourself where you're at. I'm gonna say it again, meet yourself where you're at. So what does that mean? Okay, so something that we talk about a lot, we talk about it in our business, we talk about it in our churches, we talk about it in any kind of like mission that we are inspired by. We talk about how do we connect with people? How do we connect with them? So we don't connect with people in unrealistic ways. We don't connect with people in ways that they don't understand. We don't try to connect with someone who, you know, is in need of, for example, who is in need of groceries. We don't try to connect with them by going out to a fancy dinner, do we? No, we try to connect with them in a way that makes sense for them. So it's the same thing with your art. You want to connect with yourself. You want to meet yourself where you're at. So if you are just starting out and you're feeling intimidated, the last thing that you need to do necessarily is go on Amazon.com and try to figure out what art supplies to buy and spend hours and hours and hours and hours figuring it out. Instead, what you should do is meet yourself where you're at. So where are you at right now? You're probably sitting in your living room on your laptop and things are crazy and maybe it's a mess and maybe your kids' art supplies are all over the floor and you look to your left on a table and there's a pen and okay, so where you're at is amidst chaos, kind of like myself. So this whole conversation today is about accepting that. So what I did today with this piece of art that I've been working on here in So Not Real Time is I literally picked up whatever was in my path from my desk in the studio to my painting table in the studio. And what I ended up with was a marker, a bottle of ink, and a crayon, like legitimately a Crayola crayon. And so this is a conversation about an exercise that you can do to stretch yourself, to not rely on new art supplies to make you feel inspired, but to rely on exactly where you're at right now. Rely on the materials that you could pick up in under 30 seconds, go to a table, grab a piece of paper, and make some art. Meet yourself where you're at. So, do I absolutely love this piece? No, but am I pleasantly surprised that it's kind of cool and bold and quirky? I mean, do I love that dark leaf there up by that big rose? No, it's annoying me. But the point is, more so than anything, is that I got the stuff out, I picked up a pen, I picked up a bottle of ink, and I made some art. Instead of just sitting around and wondering about making art, I actually made the art. So I met myself where I was at. So I really encourage you to do this exercise. So literally, here's how it goes. Wherever you keep your art stuff, maybe you don't even have art stuff. I want you to walk around the house for like 2 minutes. Find whatever it is that you can write or draw or paint with. Pick up like 3 to 5 things. Go find a piece of paper and go sit down where there's some good light, natural or otherwise, and make something, draw something, paint something. I don't care what it is. If you're kind of stuck, well, what do I paint? Go to your refrigerator, pull out an apple. Draw or paint the apple. I don't care. You love roses? Draw some roses, paint some roses. Meet yourself where you're at. Just start. Just start. So here's a look at the quote finished piece. It's imperfect, but it is an amazing exercise in just grabbing the moment, seizing the moment, and meeting yourself exactly where you're at. Happy painting, guys.